Hello guys, welcome to OpenTecno. Today a new device from the brand 8849 is passing through the channel, a brand we know well on this channel because we have tested several of their devices. Recently their 8849 ThinkPad, a tablet that was very special for certain included features such as its projector to allow us to watch series or our multimedia content anywhere projected instantly. In this case, the device they have sent us has been the 8849 Shark 3, a mobile device that is between the mid-range and the high-end. It has certain characteristics of both ranges. And the truth is that it doesn't leave anyone indifferent. And I tell you, it includes all those features that are characteristic of this brand and that make their devices very special. So in this video, we are going to talk about this RootJet phone because yes, this Shark 3 is again a RootJet phone. A phone made to be durable, to have a very good battery, and to include in its weight very interesting components. Let's go straight to the review and I'll tell you about it. Let's start by talking about the design. And here it competes with the high-end, it competes with other designs that we find in much more expensive phones. As I told you, RootJet phone. What does this mean? Is designed to be durable, withstand shocks, submersion in water and dust. For example, if you're going to the desert, this will withstand everything. A rancher, a farmer who is out in the field all day, well, in the end, always surrounded by dust, well, it could fall and so on. It's a phone made to withstand without sacrificing technology at any moment. And that's why we have this design. A design that is not minimalist, of course, but that includes everything. Indeed, we have on the right an on and off button with a fingerprint sensor, which is very fast, by the way. In addition, it comes with facial unlock using the front camera. We have a very interesting back part, red and blue police lights that we can activate at any time. I'll show them to you directly. In this application, we enter, activate it, and police lights appear. Then a camping light, because it's called camping, well, basically because it gives us an incredible power of light. I don't want to point the camera because it can damage certain components, but just so you know, this light can perfectly illuminate a room with the power it has. Then we have the module on top. Camera module that includes both normal cameras, macro, telephoto. We also have, of course, a flash and also an infrared camera. Top part, nothing special, just infrared to control the television, air conditioners and so on. On the left side, we have volume. We have a slot in which we can insert a micro-secure digital card of up to 2 terabytes and the subscriber identity module card. And then 2 configurable buttons to perform the actions we want, both within applications and outside. I, for example, within applications can change in the camping lamp the brightness of the light. And then, when I'm outside, I can start a screen recording or take a screenshot. At the bottom, we have a 120 watt charge via USB and we have a 3.5 jack for those nostalgic people who still need that audio connection. Of course, it has an IP68 which makes it water and dust resistant, as I mentioned earlier. And with that said, we move on to the 6.73-inch screen, which looks especially good. 800 nits of brightness, which gives us very good illumination when we are in outdoor situations. In this section, there is nothing to fault. We have 120 Hz here, competing with the high-end range. As I tell you, we lack nothing. And then we would have a somewhat special resolution, but it comes to be more or less like a 2000, they call it 3000. But well, this is commercial, it does not exist as such. It would be a 2000, but with a landscape format. 1400, 40 by 3200 pixels of the screen. I only have to say 2 things. One, it looks super good. I have nothing to put against this device. I love the colors, the brightness, everything. And the 120 Hz. You have to activate them manually. This is done in the device settings and by default it is set to 60. You can set it to 90, to 120 or let the device decide at any time what refresh rate is best. To also save some battery and not be constantly at 120 Hz. Performance, we have a Dimensity processor, a MediaTek 8300, an 8-core processor with different frequencies. To have cores that manage better, low-load applications consume less battery, other cores dedicated to high performance. What is the result? Well, the result is that I've been playing PUBG, I downloaded it in the package with the highest resolution and it moves super smooth. No complaints in this section. The truth is that everything works wonderfully. Then what is the operating system? Well, super smooth. Also, what is browsing the internet, opening videos, opening applications? No complaints. As for performance, I also have to say that it comes equipped with 16 gigs of RAM, expandable up to 32. Through what we are already seeing lately in many devices, which is making use of the device's internal storage. So, if you are going to use applications that consume a lot of RAM, like video editing, for example, then you could manually expand it up to those 32 gigabytes to have a better experience. As for background applications, when we are switching between applications, now let's go to the camera. We have a main 50 megapixel camera, a camera that takes good pictures. When we have good lighting, it has very good resolution. The truth is that we zoom in and everything looks very well defined. But it is true that in low light conditions, it can lose a little bit of detail. We are not dealing with a high-end device, of course, so let's keep in mind, hey, that we have a camera very much in line with the price this device is going to cost. When we are outside with good light conditions, it takes very good photos. The colors and everything have convinced me. They seemed good, correct? But hey, we have a very interesting thing, and that is when, for example, we go to a night place. Imagine we want to take a picture of an animal. We are in the forest. We have found a snake, and we want to take a picture. Well, we have the possibility to take a picture using an infrared camera, the typical camera that doesn't need a drop of light to take a picture. So you should know that this phone is equipped with it. And hey, with this, we move on to the battery. The RootJet phones are characterized, among other things, by always having quite large batteries. In this case, we have 11,600 milliamp hours of capacity, which we can charge with 120 W in a very short time. In about an hour or so, it would be charged. So in this aspect, we would have a real high-end. In addition, it allows reverse charging. What does this mean? That we could charge other devices with this one, using it as a power bank. If your iPhone, tablet or headphones have run out of battery, you likely want to charge them. Well, we can do it directly from the USB-C port of this device. Hey, it's something you might not use every day, but as I tell you, you're on the train with your headphones and they run out of battery. Well, damn, you just give them a boost and you don't even need to go looking for a charger, a plug, nothing. Do you directly use the mobile as a power bank? And as for the battery, well, it lasts a ridiculously long time. I've been playing and spending 5% on this phone is hard, I'm telling you. It's a phone that with normal use can last you 3 days without any worries. So it's perfect for you to go to the mountain, for example, to spend the night in the field. And hey, so that you are in communication at all times and without running out of autonomy. Since you can use your phone as a flashlight for camping or other situations, it's convenient to have an extra battery. And so we don't end up just making it through the end of the day. As for software, this is one of the best points I think this brand has. It uses Android 14. We have the latest version of the operating system and we don't have customization layer or absolutely anything. We have a completely clean phone, Google Apps, and an experience that simply changes us. The colors, I have set them in grays, which I like a bit more than the pastel tones that come. They seem to me, that more pastel colors. The minimalist color scheme of gray, black, and similar shades doesn't quite appeal to me. My phone has ended up clean. I have already installed the applications that I wanted afterwards. The operating system is very simple. The only thing, yes, it includes a toolbox application from which we can manage the topic of the camping lamp, the topic of police lights, the topic of a height pressure sensor. At any given moment, we can determine our current altitude. We also have a compass, height meter, leveler, a lot of things, utilities after all, that can come in handy at any moment. Then, an application for managing televisions and so on, and also a reader and duplicator, so to speak, of near-field communication cards. What does this mean? This allows us to duplicate a near-field communication card, like one from the gym, using our device and then access it directly with a mobile phone. Lastly, connectivity is comprehensive, with the input provided is not a metric system unit. Please provide a valid metric system unit to convert it to an imperial system unit. Wi-Fi 6 and USB 3.0. With that DisplayPort charge, which is the typical charging standard that devices like those from Apple usually use. And in short, this Shark 3 comes very well equipped. Finally, let's talk about how much this device costs, because in the end, it's important. Have I told you that it competes there a bit with the high range? Well, we have a starting price of 436 euros on its official page. This would be the configuration of 16 gigs of RAM plus 512 of internal storage. As I've already told you, the RAM can later be expanded up to 32. Anyway, a price that you'll probably find a bit cheaper. If we do it, we'll leave it in the description. And hey, if you manage to get it at this price or even cheaper, because this is the official price, I think this is a phone that's going to eat up the competition in this 2025. The truth is, it's a safe bet. All the components work well, it's a phone that's a pleasure to use, you can't find any fault with it, you can't find a weak point. And hey, if you're thinking about buying a RootJet phone, this might be one of your best options in 2025. That's all, I hope you found the video interesting. Any kind of doubt about this device, the 8849 Shark 3, you can leave it down in the comments. With that said, see you next time. Goodbye.